Hi, welcome back to Devotions from History. On April 20th of 1999, two young men, Eric Harris and Dylan Klebold, walked into their high school in Littleton, Colorado, Columbine High School, and opened fire on their classmates and teachers. In the end, there were 15 dead and many more wounded. Now, a lot of things have been pointed to as motivation and explanation behind this tragedy, and others like it. One of those things is the way we treat each other in our classrooms, in our homes, in our churches, in our places of business. Treating others with a dignity that affords them the place that they deserve as creations of an Almighty God. My daughter gave a speech recently to her group and was talking about some of these kinds of tragedies. And one of the things that she said as a 13-year-old is something I think that we need to remember. She said, people are precious, and sometimes we forget that. They're people because God made them, and they need friends. Jesus never teased or hurt anybody. He loved everybody, even the little and the dumb and the fat and the ugly and the weird and well, if we all live like that, maybe we wouldn't have these kinds of trouble. That's something that 13-year-old girl had to say that I think we all need to listen to. As Christians, the very definition of who we are means Christ-like. And Jesus afforded each person dignity, and he protected, he defended the defenseless, and he protected those around him. C.S. Lewis reminds us in his book, The Weight of Glory, that there are no ordinary people, that we have never talked to a mere mortal. It is immortals whom we joke with, work with, marry, snub, and exploit. They will each be immortal horrors or everlasting splendors. Next to the blessed sacrament itself, your neighbor is the holiest object that will ever present itself to your earthly senses. Wow. If we could just get in the habit of remembering that each person we meet has a spark of the image of God within them, it would dramatically change how we view and how we treat each other. So today, on April 20th, let's remember the victims of Columbine. And remember that as we walk about our day, we must intentionally afford dignity and honor to each person that we meet, not because they're deserving because of who they are, but because within each of us lies that spark of divinity, the image of God, and that is enough to show honor to anybody. And if we could live like that, history really would be changed. I'll see you tomorrow on Devotions from History.